This is Hornby's P2, Cock of the North, the TTS version. I put nameplates on it, coal and a crew. Now, people say that the engine in this is not any good, and they try to persuade people to change the engine on it. The engine has a flywheel, it has a 3-pole motor. People are telling everybody on social media they've got to rip it out and put a 5-pole motor in. My question is why? This is speed 22, Gauge Master Prodigy 2, top speed setting 128. We are running this as slow as, there is no jerking. They are Peco insulfrog points. Well done. Now, for the benefit of those that say the engine's no good, put it on speed setting 10, please. Now, I'm not going to do this for more than a few seconds. And remember, this is a locomotive that's supposed to have an engine that's not any good. This is speed setting 10 of 128. Put it up to 15 and let's get moving. Do not let social media experts try and talk you into changing something that there is nothing wrong with to begin with. People on social media take a great deal of pleasure telling others in soft, informative tones that what they've got is not fit for purpose. Then again, if people can be persuaded to part with their life savings by a smooth talker, it's not hard to get somebody to part with their cash to replace an engine they don't need to replace. I'm doing this one backwards because we did the other one forwards, so it just gives a change of view. But the effect on the front bogies is the same because the track replicates itself in either direction. There are people on social media that are telling people to put weights on the bogies. Yes, the front bogie on this is insanely sensitive. Far too sensitive in my view. Design fault might be pushing it a bit far, but it is not a good design. It's not a good design at all. If your track is level, your locomotive will run correctly. If it is not, you will lose the front bogie. The problem with it is, unlike the A4s, A3s that have got a spring to keep the bogie on the track, the bogie in this is very, very light. In my view, if you put weights on the top that are likely to make any significant difference, you are restricting the up and down movement of the bogie. Trust me, I know I tried it after listening to somebody on social media. The latest P2 incarnation, the Prince of Wales, I have been reliably informed that Hornby are not using the same front bogie design that they're using on this. You can see this track's really tight. You saw the way the loco went around that. Radius 2 points, For a loco this size, in my view, hopeless. This locomotive runs far better on streamlined points. Big large wheels, long chassis, yes it will do radius too, but it's a calamity. If my track was not level on the parallel and the horizontal in the other direction, this loco would come off the track. But as you can see, it's perfect. Now the great thing about us doing these sidings tests is we've found out how rubbish our track is after being down for 3.5 years. As in some of my previous videos, you've seen we've had to work on this track to make sure it's level. The tighter the bends, the more level the track has to be, the larger the loco. But even so, small locos will jerk and stutter on points that are not level because they are light and they tip easily. There are people on social media who will tell you you need a stay alive capacity and it's your insulfrog points. No disrespect, but what they should be telling you is you need a spirit level. A spirit level is a lot cheaper and a lot less hassle than a stay alive capacitor. And my problem is struggling to remember what point does what. Now, as I've said before, this is a computer designed points here. Yes, I think they look lovely and wonderful, but for larger locomotives like this, you're twisting everything at the edge of its limits. The back-to-backs on all my locos are 4.5, I'm very fastidious over that. And it does make a difference. I'm going to take it back in here. Take it all the way out again where it stopped. And you will see it will not stop. And that was 2 minutes with cotton buds. Now very often you see on various groups something stops, it's your insulfrog points. Okay, but you're going to see now how tight this goes round here. It is far too tight, this track. I'm the first to admit it's shite, but I did it with the computer program. But it runs okay, I mean that's... And you can see the bogeys haven't come off. And I've done this backwards because I did the other one forwards. And it's still going. Now you saw there, on that tight track, you heard it clunk. Because it is just so tight. And you can see the way the tender's bending. This is really tight. If my track wasn't level, that rear wheel would have come off all day long. It's just too tight for it, but it does it. My personal view for this locomotive, in sidings, nothing tighter than 3. Yes, you're seeing with your own eyes that the loco will do it, but you're seeing how bent and twisted the chassis is. I mean, look at this tender, it's nearly turning it round at 45 degrees. I'm the first to admit it's far too tight, but the loco does it. You can get away with this, as you're seeing with this video, but I would not recommend it. A bit like you can take your granny to Durdle's door and make her walk up the hill. Yes, she'll do it, but I wouldn't recommend it. And you saw there, you see, where it's just far too tight. It didn't come off the track, but it clunked. Thank you for watching, and I hope this video has dispelled the few myths about this locomotives that you see on social media. Thank you.